What is going on, fellas? And welcome back to Hungary for Success with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today we're taking on Monaco in the Europa League second knockout round, and we're going to be taking on Fehervar in the Hungarian Cup quarter-final, because the games have kind of landed nicely and we have an international break in between, so I don't want to spend a huge amount of time leaving a massive portion in between. So if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As I said, we're trying to get 500 subscribers before the end of the month, and it would be fantastic if you could join us. So, now that all of that's out of the way, let's get into the video. Right, fellas, so since you were here last in the victory over Copenhagen, which you might remember, scared me a little because it ended up being 4-3. We went and played Fehervar in the Hungarian Cup quarterfinal first leg. We won 4-3. Really should have won by more, but as you can see, they scored 2 late goals in the 90th, 90 plus 2 and 90 plus 4. So that was disappointing. We then went and beat Fehervar. As you can see, new signing Gilmar got on the score sheet just before halftime. It was a very poor game. They had a player sent off for a very interesting tackle. He kind of slid for ages and then just kind of touched one of our players and got himself sent off. So I'm not going to complain because it's fine. Against Monaco in the first leg, we were the dominant force, and then they just kind of came back and scored twice. 2 goals they didn't really deserve, but they still got them. So that's all that really matters, I guess. And then we just most recently smashed Debrecen. Well, when I say we, Carlsberg smashed Debrecen. And we managed to score 2 other goals. So it was fine. Zat Mari scored an absolute screamer from quite a distance out. So I was happy with that because he's in my Hungarian team for our game against Bosnia to try and make it into the Euros. We have had a youth intake as well. This is all the players that came in with it. I just let my director of football sign who he thought was worth it. So Adam Kiss is a 3.5-star potential. Thomas Jacquet is another right winger. As if we needed more right wingers coming, well, especially to our youth intake. He's also a 3.5-star potential, and Zamani, a guy we were told not to look or not to kind of expect many goalkeepers. Zamani came in 3.5-star potential, so it's not terrible. Like you can see though, we have signed just a bunch of random players from it as well. Like, they really want this guy, and he's not terrible. They got 15 finishing, but like other than that, he's got good first touch, off the ball, and determination. He's pretty bang average other than that though. We have had a transfer out. We have signed some players, as you can see. We've many players coming in the summer, mostly on free transfers. We've not signed any players, but we have loaned out Al Obeid, who I kind of thought that he was going to do something in the first team because I thought he was quite good. Played him off the bench twice. Al Hilal came in and went, "Can we loan him?" And they were, I think, guaranteed first team football. So my head of youth development was like, yes. So he is off back to Saudi Arabia, but we just put Gilmar in his place, and Gilmar scored on his debut. So that was fantastic. So as you can see, we are taking on Monaco. If we win our game against Monaco, we will be playing either Sporting or Atalanta, which that ended 1-1 between them in the first leg. So if we can keep a victory over Monaco, then we'll be fine. So for this game, we are changing it up just a little bit player-wise. So Werner starts in goal. He hasn't started for a while. Christian Perez has been the goalkeeper of choice recently, but I'm going to give Werner the opportunity today. Fleck and Bordet as our wing-backs. Maputo has been, again, really poor form of late. So Bordet comes in. Hidalgo and Barreto at centre-back. Barreto can't play the full game, but it's been saying that for the last 3 or 4 games, and he's been playing all of them, so not going to worry too much about it. Kosric and Oriola in central midfield. Riffin and Carlsberg as our wide men. Mandira and Grodem start up front. We have suspensions and tired players. So Zamorano misses out because of suspension. Savic picked up an injury in the last game, so he's not fit enough to get an opportunity today. Mary has some fitness concern, but I don't know what it's 4. So I'm just not going to worry about it. So we do need to win this game. Oriola is coming in, and I'm hoping he can do something from midfield because he's had a mixed season this year. Did come to me and say he wanted to leave, but hasn't wanted to leave since. So it's interesting. I think, but the looks of it, Monaco are playing 3 at the back, maybe. They do have Kurt Zuma, Marquinhos, Adley, still have Golovin, Hudson Edward, Willem Gebels, who, you know, it's Willem Gebels, Ibrahim Katone and Marcus Thuram, Keita Balde as well. So they have a strong team. Ooh. Okay. Faith. I have faith in all of you. I have faith in all of you. Okay. I've demotivated both my wingers, one of which has just scored 4 goals in the last game. So I'm kind of hoping that, yeah, they're playing 3 at the back. As I suspected, 3 at the back. They're playing Tariq Lamptey. It is Tariq Lamptey? Yeah, it's Tariq Lamptey as their right wing back. So they're going very defensive, which kind of makes sense, I guess, because they do have the 2 away goals, and Willem Gewels just puts that one wide. Okay, so we've gotten away with that one so far. But if we score, then they have to start playing. Riffin's picked up a knock. Tight groin. We might leave it a little while. Because Riffin doesn't play too many games. Actually, to be fair, Riffin came to me recently and was like, I want to play more football. And I was like, no. And then he plays straight away. Carlsberg almost gave away what could have been a penalty. Thankfully, he didn't. But our clearance was not very good. Hudson Edward has hit the post. We are living on the edge here. Fleck clears. Where was anybody? Where was Carlsberg? Where was Bordet? Neither of them even remotely close. And Werner does manage to stop the ball. Not sure who was that got the final touch to put it through. It looked like it could have been their left wing back, actually. Riffin is quite easily dispossessed there. Hidalgo versus Gebels in a foot race, which ends with Barreto putting pressure on him. This is, things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Yeah, pump fists. Right, Carlsberg is playing terribly, but I did piss him off at the start. Do we take Riffin off? I think we probably have to, don't we? We probably have to. He's hampered by injury. Don't really have anyone else unless we do a tactical switch. It's got to be. We have to bring on Pushik in his place. Give him a little bit of a. I believe you can do football. I've seen you score some goals. Not too recently, but I've seen him score. So that's something, I guess. Vlek with the throw finds Kosarek down the line to literally nobody. Mandira ran inside, the ball went outside. Hidalgo misses a header. Villenguels is through, and Werner manages to stop it. Normally, that is a nailed-on goal. Unfortunately, Bordet's clearance wasn't great. I don't care that he's one booking away from getting a suspension. If anything, I'd prefer if he got a booking in this game, so he'd be free to play the next one. We've gotten ourselves a free kick, and Vlek has it to Oriola, who's been anonymous so far, and Carlsberg just puts it wide. It's probably time we made some change. Oriola is dying, as is, well, Mandira is just playing bad. Mandira recently called up to the Hungarian national team. We're going to bring on Mark O'Neill for Oriola, because Oriola not really doing an awful lot for us today in his midfield role. Kosrick looks like he needs to come off, but I'm just going to leave him on. Vlek can't get the ball across. Gets back to Kosrick. Pushik finds Vlek. Be handy if we could score from here. Kosrick. Somebody cross the ball. Okay, Adley's just going to knock Kosrick down and get himself sent off. Is it? Is he getting himself sent off? Was that a booking? I don't think so. guessing he didn't. Carlsberg steps up to take the penalty, and he's put it wide. FM, what are you doing to me? Yeah, no, they still have 11 players on the pitch. So that is fine. Borde has picked up a booking, which is delightful. And not in a, that's fantastic. We're going to take Carlsberg off because he's playing poorly. We're going to bring on Mary. And Mary's been quite good. Hasn't played a huge amount of games recently because of injuries and the fact that Carlsberg's been in exceptional form. But he gets to come on for the final 12 minutes or so, was it? 8 minutes, 10 minutes? Yeah, whatever. We've managed to somehow get a draw out of this game, which means we are through to the next round. Oh, double clicked. Fantastic job, lads. Well done. Even though, our strike force didn't really do anything. Our wingers didn't really do. Our wingers did do something. They missed a fucking penalty. Carlsberg is just such an inconsistent penalty taker. It's really, really inconsistent. Leon absolutely demolish Young Boys 9-1. Liverpool go through beating Bayer Leverkusen 5-1. Leipzig knocked out Man United. That's unexpected. So we won't find out until how many penalties has Carlsberg actually missed this year? Carlsberg has missed 3 penalties now this year. But to be fair, look at that average rating. Look at that. The man's just every season 7.06 is his worst season of his career. Paul Carlsberg, you beauty. Beauty. We've gotten 1 million for making it, or for playing in the second knockout round. And we will find out if it's going to be Sporting or Atalanta when we come back for the game against Fehervar. So don't go anywhere. We'll update you on that in just a second. Now we take on Fehervar in this second part of the episode. One thing I did actually not forget to show you is how the league is going. Also, speaking of how it's going, Sporting. That's who we drawn. Lazio play Leipzig, Liverpool get Marseille, Lyon play Milan, and we play Sporting. One of these is not like the other, and that will be us. But as you can see, league-wise, we are doing quite well. 2 games in hand over MTK. That game in hand is against Fehervar. So, as it is right now, things are going pretty well. Mandira, we've been, my assistant manager, who is potentially on the way out, has had another job offered to him, is telling me to transfer list Mandira. So, I'm not sure if that's a good idea, seeing as how he's our top goal scorer. But Robert Swan is our player, so he's had 2 seasons now with the Brescia where he's done really rather well. So, in theory, he'll be coming back for next season and could actually get some game time. But for this game, we have to make wholesale changes because we can only have 5 non-EU players. So we're starting with 3 of them, 2 on the bench, and players that miss out: Carlsberg, Riffin, Kosaric, and Hidalgo, all because they are tired. Oriola also actually is quite tired, but we are starting with Werner continuing in goal, Vlek and Maputa as our wing backs, and giving Maputa the opportunity in this game to show me that he's not as bad as he has been for the majority of this season. Barreto and Keteresh in central defence, but Mora and Zamorano as our central midfield. Savage and Mary as our wide men. Mandira and Grodem continue up front. Gilmer is sitting on the bench. Is Gilmer going to sit on the bench, or is Gilmer... No, Gilmer's starting. Gilmer starts. Savage can sit on the bench. Savage will be our backup striker in that case, because we only have 2 on the... Well, yeah, we only have 2 on the pitch, because Mary's a winger. That's why having Carlsberg play is quite handy. We're the underdogs. That's unexpected. Yeah, I'm going to tell the lads to not be complacent, but then I'm going to tell them that I have faith in them. I'm just going to send the assistant to that. We're going to skip that. They aren't playing Silva at left back. That's interesting. Silva would be quite a decent player in terms of left backs for them. Neymar is a player we did consider signing just before when he joined Fehervar. We'd already considered him. Zamorano puts the ball in the back of the net, assisted by Mary. Get in. But Neymar is a player that we looked at potentially signing, and I decided we had better options at centre back and left back. And now he's a 5-star potential player and is quite good. So you don't always get it right. We did also sell him Hiroki Abe because Abe did want to leave. I think we've kind of progressed really well. Oh, we've had 3 bites at the cherry there, but none of them counted as actual shots. That's fine. The Fehervar team, they're one of those teams. They're a bit like ourselves, where there isn't a huge amount of Hungarian players in it. Oh, Gilmar, beautiful header. If it didn't work, I would have been screaming. But Mandira is somewhat clear, and Milinkovic-Savic saves the ball. Daniel Marcos is a player that I've given a couple of games to in the Hungarian national team. When he took Hungarian nationality, he's not very good though. I think he's given me 3 poor games, and I've just decided that he's not getting called up anymore. So unfortunate for him. Fernandez just puts that one wide. We do have quite a number of non-Hungarian born players playing in the Hungarian national team for our game against Bosnia to try and get into the Euros. Oh, Mandira's true. Mandira puts it in the back of the net, and it is 2-0 on the night. 6-3 on aggregate. Things are looking pretty fantastic. Mandira, another player who's been drafted into the Hungarian national team. So again, quite a non-Hungarian team is going to be playing against Bosnia, but so it's fine. It's fine. You know, we've got, whenever I manage Hungary, there's always certain players I try and get to join us. Oh, Mandira, beautiful turn. He's absolutely left his man for dead. Dinks around one and then puts it just past Vanya Milinkovic-Savic. 30th goal of the season. Vanya couldn't get more than just fingertips on it. Puts it away. Get in. We also, for the Bosnia game, actually, we were without our number 1 goalkeeper, Hut Wagner, who I think he broke his wrist or something like that. He's got quite a bad injury. Oh, Barreto from a corner. The man who's got insane heading but isn't the tallest player in the world. Honestly, I expected this game to be a lot harder. That's why I brought you back for it. That's why I chose this to go with the Monaco game. But I suppose it makes up for the fact that the Monaco game was quite boring. Don't get complacent. Going to tell everyone that I'm quite happy. I have faith in them. I'm going to point my finger at them and be like, hey, I have faith in you, my dude. Kezerish not having an amazing game. Vlek isn't having a great game either, but we do have plenty of options on the bench. Jan Bartek, who every time he plays, he seems to score worldies. So, well, not every time, but a lot of the time. So I'm going to potentially give him a little bit of an opportunity. Werner with the save from the corner, who I think before this game had 270 something minutes without conceding. And Gilmar. Oh, Gilmar's offside. That would have been insane if his second game he would have scored his second goal. But unfortunately, he just strayed a little bit too far offside. I suppose when you're offside, there's no little bit too far. Gilmar picks up the ball. He's going for he's just run straight through their defence. And Milinkovic-Savic does actually get a hand to it this time, pushes the wrong side of the post for us. Gilmar takes the corner. They figured out how to stop us from scoring from corners. Oh, that was wild by Vlek. Was that Zamorano? No, it wasn't Zamorano. Who was it? Must have been Maputa. Mandira straight at their keeper. We've been quite dominant in this second half. Gilmar with yet another corner. Barreto this time can't get his header on target, and it's gone over the bar. But we are, like I said, 4-0 up away from home against the team second in the league, who we have to play still at least once more in the league, maybe twice more. It's probably about time we made some substitutions now, isn't it? So Vlek is exhausted. He's coming off for Bartek. Who do I want to take? Mary is a little tired, but we don't really have a left winger. I suppose we could put Gilmar there, but I don't really want to. Maputa has not been great, so he's coming off as well. We're going to leave our final substitution for now. Mora's been relatively quiet, but at the same time, it's not the worst thing in the world from a midfielder. When Mandira's through for his hat trick, Tamas Keteresh with the assist. He played his heart out for the team today. He has been. Mandira, to be fair, one of those players where I'm not 100% sure. Like when he, but that was Keteresh steals the ball away from the Fehervar player. Mandira gets on the end of it and slots it into the back of the net. Like when Mandira arrived, you might remember that he was in the B team for half a season before I think we had some injury issues and we had lots of strikers out injured. And then he came into the team and had an absolute smashing season. But yeah, he's. I'm surprised he's not a club legend because he scored lots and lots of goals. Palko Darde can't get the ball past Werner, just to make the game look a little less like they got absolutely shit stomped. But to be fair, they have gotten absolutely shit stomped, and we've picked up quite a number of bookings as well. I think we only have 3 booked players on the pitch though. Grodem is one of those players. Oh, he's put Mandira through. Nobody in the box. And that's not a penalty. Bertek is our backup penalty taker, so if we do get a penalty, Bertek will be taking it, and he generally scores them. But we've come out of this game 5-0 winners. That was not expected. As I said, Fehervar are pretty good, but we've come out with a comfortable victory, and I can't really complain about that. So we're taking on MTK. So it is last year's final in the semi-final this year, which it's not too bad. Mandira, you were fantastic, my friend. So the winners take on Diskior or Pushkash Academia. Should be I would imagine it'll be us. Like we have won it for the last 2 seasons. Be nice to do a third. Could we do the treble this year? Win the Europa League? I seriously doubt it with the teams that are left. But we could. We've fairly good chance of winning the Hungarian Cup, and again, I think winning the league is probably almost nailed on. But let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Can we win the Europa League this year? I'd like to think we can. Do I think we're going to? Maybe not. So if you have enjoyed this episode, actually, we're going to come back. We're going to come back for Sporting and Pushkash. It's probably the best time to come back for. Because Europa League quarterfinal. Last year we made it to the semi-finals, wasn't it? Yeah, we made it to the semi-final last year, getting absolutely smashed by Arsenal, which we don't want to do. If we do beat Sporting, in the semi-final, it'll be Leon or Milan. So it's going to be, if we do beat Sporting, it's going to be a very difficult game in the next round. So we'll have to see what happens with that, but it'll be Sporting and Pushkash Academia in the next episode. If you have enjoyed this one, do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all your friends, and I will see you in the next one.